I know you kind of opened up about the thumb injury 2 or 3 weeks ago. How's it progressed since then?
Yeah, it's better, that's for sure. So it's been a work in progress, but dealing with an injury that's never happened before. So there's always challenges along the way, but ready to go and excited to be back with the group.
Puck handling's such a big part of your game. Is there any impact there, any adjustments you have to make?
We'll see, I guess. I think I'm just going to just really focus on just keeping it simple out there, and obviously it's not ideal, but it's something I've been able to work through and feel like I'm in a spot where I'm able to come back and hopefully help the team out.
I mean, as a goalie throughout your career, you're used to playing 2 or 3 games a week. How's your mental state having only played 5.5 games all season?
Yeah. I mean, it's been difficult for sure. I'm not going to lie. I think it's just with the scheduling and the time off, and then being hurt and being away from the team. It's obviously a frustrating part about being an athlete, and no one ever wants to be on the sidelines, and especially when you come back and then you play a couple of games and you seem you're back on the shelf again. So I think it's just something that it's obviously been difficult at times to deal with, but in the same sense, being able to spend quality time with my family, and I think my wife's ready to see me come back too. So I'm excited, she's excited, and hopefully the rest of the team's excited also.
Mike, you've watched the group go through a fair amount, while you've been out, from that great start to the tough streak, and then they bounced back and had a great streak before the break. What have you sort of witnessed in the group, and how hard was it to sit by and watch that happen? But what did you see within the group?
Yeah, I think as a goalie and someone that plays quite a bit, when things are going well, it's kind of easy to take your time and just let it happen. And guys were humming along there pretty good, and it didn't seem like there was, obviously you want to be back, but you want to make sure you're healthy, and it's a lot easier to be on the sidelines when things are going well. Obviously, on the other spectrum of that, it's hard to watch and not be able to help and see guys go through a tough stretch like that and not be in there battling with them. So it's just part of this, it's part of the ebbs and flows of the season. Teams are going to go through it, and I think we will be stronger because of it. And I think you've seen a different team as of late, and hopefully we can keep that going out of the break here.
How happy were you for Mikko after this last little stretch you went on where was one of the best players? Yeah,
Mikko's been unbelievable for him to, there's, like I said, every player goes through little pumps, but I don't think he necessarily was playing bad. It was just he wasn't, he probably would even admit he wasn't playing like he would like to, and but everyone's been through that. So I don't think it's, you can't just point a finger at one player. It's you win and lose as a team, and Mikko's he came back and has been phenomenal. Like you said, one of our best players the last 6 games or so. So it's good to see. He's a cool cat. Nothing really phases him out there. He just kind of goes about his business and doesn't really care what anyone's talking about. He just works hard in practice and goes out there and does his thing. So I'm really happy for him. He's really bounced back and played some great hockey for us.
Mike, over here. Hey, when a player comes back after missing a whole bunch of time, there's a lot of stuff that he has to work to get up to speed, timing and such. What are you going to have to deal with, with a whole bunch of games in a short period of time and the stakes being pretty high?
Honestly, just focusing on the first game. I'm not looking too far ahead. I just want to, tomorrow night I'm excited. I just, that's all I'm focused on right now is tomorrow, and just keeping it really simple. Just keeping it simple, and, it's, the biggest thing is when you're not playing is the traffic. The traffic is something that you're always dealing with when you're playing, but, that's just something, especially playing against a team like Vegas. They're big bodies in front, so it's just finding pucks and being in good position and letting pucks come to you and, keeping it as simple as possible.
When it comes to, Mike Smith's reliability, they say, okay, he's had a couple of injuries, but it's not like you're out with arthritis, like somebody fell on your ankle and you're injured a tendon. So what's the balance between, you being a guy that they can rely on versus a guy that just had a couple of freak injuries?
Yeah, I hope it's the end of it, that's for sure. It's not been fun to be hurt and be out, but in the same sense, I feel like I still have a lot to give. There's been a couple, the first injury was something that had been there for quite some time and just got away from me a little bit. And then obviously with the thumb, it's just a freak thing that's never really happened before to me. So I'm not going to dwell on it now. I'm going to, look to the future and start with tomorrow, and hopefully have a good start tomorrow and move on from there.
Mike, I know you've been practicing for quite a while, but just given how little you've played in game action this year, did you consider much about trying a conditioning stint, or what kind of goes into trying to just get it back up and running in the NHL?
No, it hasn't crossed my mind once, to be honest. I think, I've had injuries before in the past. It's not like I've never been hurt. So I've been out with, surgeries and different types of injuries. So I've never, it'll come back pretty quick. I'm not too worried about it.
I just, you haven't had a chance to play with this newly formed lineup with Evander Kane, but you've had a chance to watch it. What do you make of the way the forwards have kind of come together and seemingly a little bit more depth in this lineup?
Yeah, I mean, he's a heck of a player. I think he's definitely came in and kind of, I guess, placed guys more to give us more depth in the lineup, and it showed in the games we've played with him in there. Sorry. So it's it's great to see. I think there's great energy out there in practice. Since he's been here, there's been a vibe. So hopefully that continues and we can keep it rolling.